Today we're in Delta, BC with Mint Tiny Homes, checking out a custom-built 10 by 40 foot tiny home, which features 3 sets of French doors, the ultimate chef's kitchen, and even a dog door. Let's check this thing out. Before we get started on the interior of this tiny home, I want to go over a couple things on the exterior to note. One of the first things you'll notice about the exterior is that there are 3 sets of French doors installed on the front of this home. These doors, along with all of the windows, bring a ton of natural light into this tiny home. The exterior was optioned with a metal Duraclad instead of the standard option LP smart siding you've seen on many of Mint's tiny homes. At the front of the home here, you'll find multiple 110 volt outlets, along with a hot and cold water hose bib. At the front of the home is where the HVAC system is mounted, along with a spot where you can put 2 propane tanks. And at the back of the home, you're gonna find more 110 volt outlets, the backing of your Truma hot water on demand system, your shore power, fresh water hookups, and your cable. Finally, you'll notice at the back of the home is that entry and exit door for your dog. Now let's take a look at the inside. So the room I'm standing in here is the living room, and there's a couple things I want to point out about this space. Number one is simply the floor space. The most common width for a tiny home is 8 feet. But because this is a park model design and it's at 10 feet, those 2 extra feet give you a massive advantage when it comes to customizing this space. You can see we have a couch against the wall here, a coffee table in the middle, and you still have plenty of room to walk past the coffee table and the couch without bumping into anything. Above me here, you'll see a stained ceiling, which contrasts really well with the white walls and the dark brown floors. And one of my favorite parts about this living space is the fact that you get 2 French style doors that give you the option of an indoor-outdoor living space. In addition to these French style doors, you also have windows above and at the back of the home here as well. You do have pot lights in the ceiling that are gonna give you plenty of light at night, but during the day, it's a huge benefit to have that many windows in the space to brighten up the area and make it feel nice and airy and open. A couple more things to note about the living room is the ceiling fan. You have a couple lights against the back window here. Then up on the wall in this corner here, you're gonna notice a little box on the wall. And what that is the Lunos HRV ceramic air filtration system. For those of you who don't know, I'll talk a little bit about what this system does. Anytime you're cooking, or you have a shower, or you simply have moisture coming in from the outdoors, you're going to have moisture inside your home. And if you don't have a proper air exchange system, because the tiny home is built so well, that moisture has nowhere to go. And if moisture has nowhere to go, you're gonna notice that there's condensation buildup, mold will start growing, and things will start rotting. So what this system does is it will automatically measure the moisture in the air and kick on when that moisture content is too high. How it works is you've got 1 vent on this side of the home and 1 vent on the opposite side of the home. When the system kicks in, one of these fans will pull in fresh air while the other one pushes out the old air. And every couple minutes, they'll actually reverse. So there's a constant stream of fresh air coming into the home. The system will then turn off once the moisture in the air has reached an appropriate level. If I were you, I would not build a tiny home without this system in place. If you want more information about what this system does, drop a comment down below and we'll send you some information. This next part is for the dog lovers. This is super cool. To my right down here, you have a dog door. So if you're someone with pets and you don't want to be opening and closing the door all the time to let them in and out, this is a perfect option. Now at the beginning of this walkthrough, I did say that this is the ultimate chef's kitchen. And here's why. The kitchen includes an L-shaped counter off to one side, and then you get a second counter directly across against this side of the home over here. One of the biggest challenges when it comes to designing a kitchen space in a tiny home is making sure that it's functional in terms of its counter space and its storage space. But you'll notice here you have tons of counter space along your main prep area. And then you can utilize this back counter space if you've got a lot of things going on in the kitchen. If you have tons of counter space but no storage space, what's the point? That's not the case here though. You'll notice you have tons of lower cabinet space under the counter on this side. You've got overhead cabinet space up here. And then of course behind me, you have even more pull-out drawer space. But it doesn't stop there. Behind the counter, in front of the seating for 2, you're gonna find even more storage space hidden below. The kitchen also comes with a Silence Plus Bosch dishwasher, and basically what this is it's a dishwasher, but it operates super quiet, which is really important when you're in a tiny home. To my right, you'll find a big stainless steel sink, and one of my favorites, a window above the sink. Further down the line here, we have a 3-burner range, an overhead fan, and even an oven, which I think you could probably still fit a turkey in. And of course, across from the oven, you do get a fridge and freezer. which offers tons of space both in the freezer and in the fridge below. A couple of my favorite parts about this space are going to be all of the windows, the double French doors, the rustic lighting, and I love the shed style roof with the contrasting color. Okay, so past this pocket door, you arrive in your bathroom. And once again, because this home is 10 feet in width, you have a ton of space to move around in here. To my left, you have a porcelain sink with black hardware. Down below it, you have a bit of storage space here as well. To my right, you have a really nice fiberglass shower. It's got a large glass door and it has a bench in there. So if you need a bench while you're showering, you got one here. Now, as we move forward in the bathroom, you'll see that this home was optioned with the Separett composting toilet. There's a common misconception with these toilets, and that's that it smells bad, but that's not the case. If you open up the lid, you'll see that fluids enter the toilet from the front, and that gets flushed out through your gray water plumbing. And then in the back, there's a separate compartment for all the solids. Now, the way it works is once the solids are in the toilet, it mixes with a biodegradable moss that mulches it and breaks it down. All the while, there's a fan system that's installed in this toilet that pulls all of the moisture and all of the smell out of the air. So you really don't smell anything with this composting toilet. The benefit of having one of these toilets is that you can convert the waste into compost and you don't have to flush anything into a septic field or a city sanitary. Finally, directly across from the toilet, you do have a spot for a stacking washer and dryer unit. Obviously, they're not installed yet, but you do have your plumbing, your venting, and your electrical installed in this space as well. And finally, at the very front of the home, we have the master bedroom. Let's check it out. Although it's not very big, it serves its purpose. So in here, you can fit a queen size bed, maybe even a king if you really wanted to, although it might limit that walk around space. To the left of the bed here, you're gonna have your third set of French doors, which I love. Above them, you get another window. And then to my right here, a third really large window in this bedroom as well. Up on the wall to my right here is that second fan I talked about for the HRV ceramic air filtration system. And the walls in here are largely left blank. So if this were my house, I might put overhead shelving above my bed or shelving in the corner on the wall space just to put in clothes or anything else I would need to store in my bedroom. Now, there are a lot of windows in this home, which means you might be able to see out of your home, but there are other people who can see into your home as well. So if you're in a location where privacy is a little bit more of a concern, every single one of these windows, including the doors, can be outfitted with blackout shades. If you're looking for more information on these homes or looking to build or buy, I've left all the information necessary for you down below in the description. Let us know in the comments what you liked about this home and maybe what you didn't like about this home. We'd love to hear it. Last but not least, please subscribe if you haven't done so already and give us a thumbs up if you like this video. We'll see you guys in the next one.